Hey everyone, it's me, Larry. Hey everyone, it's me, Larry. Hey everyone, it's me, Larry. Hey everyone, it's me, Larry, coming to you from my mom's basement for my first video. Yeah. Let's get started. Now, as a lot of people already know, I've played a lot of RTS and city builders. Now, as a lot of people already know, I've played a lot of RTS games. Put games in there. Now, as a lot of people already know, I've played a lot of RTS games and city builders. StarCraft, okay. Why am I sounding like I'm reading a script? Now, as a lot of people already know, I played a lot of RTS games and city builders. StarCraft, Rise of Nations, Warcraft 3. It still sounds like I'm reading a script. How do you stop reading a script? Ah. Hey everyone, it's me, Larry, coming to you straight from my mom's basement for my first video. Let's get started. Now, as a lot of people already know, I've played a lot of RTS games and city builders. StarCraft, Rise of Nations, Warcraft 3, SimCity, Command and Conquer, and of course, Sim Ant. Now, everyone keeps coming up to me and saying, "Hey Larry, why don't you give us a guide on RimWorld? It's like an RTS, and it's so good." And so, of course, I say, "What are you doing in my mom's basement?" But yeah, sure, I figured I'd give it a try. So, here I am, my first time playing RimWorld. Let's get started. Now, this will be a guide on how to do RimWorld. Do RimWorld. Play RimWorld. A short disclaimer, I've only played the tutorial so far, but for me, the RTS expert, how hard can this be? Now, here we are at the first screen, and here begins the choices. Choices are important, and every choice you make will create an image that is specific to you. If you're a beginner like me, you should pick the default settings. However, if you're more experienced, then I don't know why you're watching this video. And now here you can choose a storyteller, which dictates what kind of events will happen to you. So, Cassandra is the top choice, which means she's probably a good start for beginners. But if you actually want to have fun, you can pick Randy because he spawns random events, and random events are the best game mechanic. So then you just click next, and boom, enter the world. Okay, I'll click it. Okay, click it a couple more times. Why doesn't it? And you can get started. Picking your characters. Yep, you can get started picking your characters. And now this is the most important part. For beginners, you probably want to go with a nice, well-rounded team in terms of skills. Now, as you can see, I went with Ironhead the Gunsmith, Park the Drifter, and Skag the Skag. This is the winning combo. Trust me, I always know what I'm doing. Ah, the sweet taste of freedom on a brand new world. I always love this feeling. You awake in crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. Barely get the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Pieces of the shredded ship start to fall around you. Okay, it's a rough start to the day. But as a RimWorld player, I think a nice tip is to keep things upbeat. That way everyone stays in high spirits. So why don't we play some upbeat music to help? Maybe I'll just use the YouTuber song. So first, select your guys, like this. You can move them by clicking the okay. Why aren't they moving? So one of the really cool things about RimWorld is you don't have to select units to move them. Just assign tasks and they will get to work automatically. The first thing you should be making is a stockpile. This way your tiny people will start moving things around. Now you're gonna have to make sure you get the necessities: food, water, shelter, enjoyment, and friendship. Like over here you can see these are boomalope, 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 boomalope. A great source of food, actually, if you're ever in need, probably. I think. Just hunt them and eat them. You can eat. You'll eat like a king. After gathering some wood, you can start getting a nice little house going for your people. See these ruins? A good tip to living a long life is to use the structures from past generations. And luckily for you, there isn't even a mom there to demand any sort of rent. Now here you can see sometimes, if your people are tired, they'll lay down and sleep wherever they are. This is fine. Some people like sleeping, staring at the sky, you know? Um, not being tied down to a roof over your head, or having anyone to tell you when to do the dishes, or when to take out the trash, or that you're making the basement too dirty. Once you got your house, you can start. Jesus. Oh, okay. So this is the sound that will notify you of any sort of happening or event. Sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it's alright, like our little castaway guy here. Think of it as a text message from your mom. Sometimes it's telling you dinner's ready, and other times it's telling you to get the fuck out of her house. So yeah, the game will be sure to tell you of any important events with warning sounds, like that. So now we get the sound again, and this time we can see that Park is getting attacked by a mad monkey. Park, Park, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck? What was Park doing? Park, what are you doing? Run! Okay, luckily we have a gunsmith and a skag to help. Nice. Remember that your units are a resource just like wood or money. If you don't use them effectively, then you'll need to ration yourself, and you might just end up stuck in your mom's basement. Actually, this right here is a really important learning moment. You can learn what to do on the occasion that someone gets wounded. So we tend to Park's wounds, and she's okay. There's no beds. Okay, no problem. Let's just make her a bed real quick, right? Right here, right? Park? Okay, so when someone is wounded, you just heal them and then let them sleep in the bed and everything's great. She'll get better. I'm sure. Yeah, she'll get better. Oh God, the monkey's just just twitching. Why are we all getting so cold? What's going on here? Now at times like this, you can you can mm, d you can fire. Fire. You can fire. Right, you can fire. So remember that it's important to keep your people at an adequate temperature. When your people are starting to get cold, you can make a fire and they'll all warm up. This is what it's like to have total control over the thermostat. Now you can see here that sometimes your people will start to break. Fuck. So if you click here, you can see what's driving them to this. So in RimWorld, food is a valuable resource to avoid starvation. So you should try to build a farm as early as possible. Here we've reached one of the most important parts of the game, naming your faction. You want people to I remember that guy from the basement, but also you want to strike fear into your competitors. So here, I'm gonna pick Libuki Loopy. Perfect. So yeah, RimWorld is a pretty great and in-depth game. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get used to all the mechanics, you can really start to make a wonderful little, um, what's this? What's this? Shit. Oh. Okay. Th This is fine though. So we still have two more colonists left. We just gotta let him rest until he gets better. Well, Park has died from malnutrition, and I got nothing left. Why don't you give us a guide on RimWorld? It's like an
Now
RTS,
you're gonna
and
have to
it's
make sure
so
you get the
good.
necessities.
Random events
Food,
are the best game
water,
mechanic. Shelter,
and
enjoyment,
RimWorld is a
and
pretty
friendship.
great and in-depth
This is the
game.
winning
So in
combo.
RimWorld,
Trust food is
I
a
always
valuable
recommend
resource to avoid starvation, so you should try to build a farm as early as possible. Don't have an option anymore.